Hello guys, girls and everything else. This is another cargo pen video, and this time I'm going over Rogue. And as a Polish person, I feel that I know a lot about rogues because I'm surrounded by them. uh, okay, just making a joke about my own country is the best thing ever. So yeah, your key ability is Dexterity or Other, aka pretty much any ability that is not Constitution. You can pick any ability that is not Constitution, but I still recommend that you put Dexterity as your first ability, regardless of what kind of subclass do you pick. Now, you also get an average amount of hit points for your class, aka 8 plus con. And you start off expert in perception, reflex, and will, and just strength in fortitude. You start with training in stealth as a rogue, even though not every rogue is a stealthy guy, and to get one or more skills depending on your racket, like 1 or 2 usually, and to get 7 plus intelligence modifier additional skills. Like average is 3. Average is just getting 1 skill plus 3 skills with your intelligence modifier. And considering that rogue is like a very melee class, especially if you pick like thief, that means that you'll probably start with like 2 plus 2 to plus 7. That's like training in 11 skills. And it will only grow across time to like 3 additional skills. So yeah, as a rogue you can be trained in every skill in the game. Now, with your attacks, you're trained in all simple weapons, but also rapier, sap, short sword, and short bow. Yeah, but I recommend the most that you probably try to either pick a short sword or a rapier, but short sword is, in my opinion, the best option out of these. And light armor, which just stands for leather armor usually, especially in a dexterity based class. Light armor just means leather armor. And yeah, at the start you get your subclass, Rogue's Racket, that usually just gives you more ways to make the enemy flat-footed. And Sneak Attack, which, yeah, if you hit someone with an agile or finesse melee weapon, or an armed attack, or a ranged weapon attack, you deal extra precision damage that will increase over time. Now you get also Surprise Attack, aka if you roll Deception or Stealth for initiative, the creatures that haven't acted yet are flat-footed to you, which, yet again, that will be actually pretty good. Because if you try to roll Deception or Stealth for initiative, then it will probably be decently high, depending on your build, and the creatures being flat-footed to you means that you don't need to position yourself during the first round, so just remember that this is your go-to way to do this. And of course you get normal stuff, but over here you get like one of not many exceptions where you get you start getting skill feats. You get skill feats at every level. I mean, yeah, you get skill feats and also skill increases at every level. With skill feats and skill increases at every level. That's huge, and that's why rogues are like just so much skill monkeys. And then you get Deny Advantage, so not only that, but also you'll be able to be a little bit less of a squishy guy, because usually the weaker enemies, the enemies that are weaker than the party itself, are the ones that will try to flank you. And over here, we're immune. And over here, you're immune to being flanked against like weaker creatures. And and also you get like your normal feats, and then you get weapon tricks. So if you critically succeed a roll against a flat-footed creature using an agile on 3 next weapon, melee weapon, or an art attack, or when any of the listed weapons, you apply critical specialization effect. So yeah, you just get critical specialization at level 5. That's pretty good. And right now, that's where it's kind of weird, because now you need to wonder, okay, do you want to like because still both sword and rapier are in melee, but if you want like some simple weapon, or for example a saw, then you need to rule, or a short bow, you need to actually look into your critical specialization effects. Now evasion, everyone knows this. You get master at reflex, and you get critical success instead of a success, like with all increases of saving throws to masters. Now vigilance senses. You get master at perception. Pretty simple. Weapon specialization, aka +2 damage if you're expert, +3 damage if you're master, and +4 if you're legendary to damage. But you only get to master pretty much as a rogue, unless there is some sort of hidden way. And now you get debilitating strike. So essentially, every time you get like your sneak attack off, pretty much. Every time you get pretty much your sneak attack off, then you can either make enemy slower or make enemy less strong. And now you get expert at fortitude later, which is pretty good, and expert at rogue class DC. Improved evasion. Now the moment you got like expert at this, you straight up just got both. 2 levels later, you just straight up got you just straight up got at 13th level. Not only that, you got legendary at reflex, and essentially just everything is just treated like not 20 on this, pretty much. And incredible senses, once again legendary in this. And that's not all, because you get also expert in light armor, and you get also like your master at weapons. Like that you get 4 different things at levels. 1 level. Yeah, rogues are the masters of being customizable, except maybe Thaumaturge and Investigator. Now master tricks. Still, I already told you that double debilitation. So yeah, you can just apply 2 debilitations, and just remember there will be class feats for rogue that essentially just give you more debilitations. And greater weapon specialization, you just double that thing. Slippery minds, so yeah, just you get master at will saves, and you get, and yet again crit instead of normal. And light armor mastery, master at light armor, and also you get master strike. So yeah, essentially, that looks like um, that is just like normal debilitating strike, but you can use it on each creature just once per day. It's just like a debilitating strike, but kind of better. But they will probably also have like the fortitude bonuses, maybe. So just make sure that to target spellcasters with it mostly. Now, Rockets, aka your subclasses. First you get Eldritch Trickster, aka you get a free multi-class dedication feat. And yeah, you get that one earlier. So yeah, you'll be turned into a little bit of a Magus clone. And with Mastermind Racket, and with Mastermind Racket, it starts where once again it's just all about being flat-footed over here. So not only like you get your trainings. Oh yeah, and also here you get trainings because pretty much every multi-class dedication feat will give you a training in some skill. But over here with like Mastermind Racket, you will just get like flat-foot. You'll make enemies flat-footed if you just recall knowledge on them. And they will be flat-footed against you for 1 minute if you critically do this. So that's especially really good if you're trying to use a bow, you know? If you're trying to use a bow with a rogue, a short bow, then that's really good. Especially against like a boss or something. As long as you have like appropriate lore skill or something. Because lore skills just... You might as well, if you're trying to play a Mastermind Rogue, you might as well like just take a bunch of lore skills. Just take a bunch of lore skills instead of skill increases and unmistakable lore thing and incredible profit and then legendary professional. And yeah, if you will have like lore for every situation, then you will be able to like recall knowledge on pretty much everything with like DC that you need to roll for that reduced by 5. So yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. So that remember that's like my own personal thing. Yeah, once again, if you use like your normal simple weapon, using like a simple weapon, then you can like get your sneak attacks off and also get like critical specialization, like normal rogues do. And you can actually like use your strength over here. So yeah, most D8 weapons and stuff like this will just be a two-handed weapon with 1d8 damage. So yeah. You are trained in intimidation of and medium armor also. Now Scoundrel, it's once again if you faint, then you essentially get an effect of a critical or of a critically succeeded feint if you normally do this, and on a crit succeed your allies also get the bonus. but that's just on melee, so I don't really like it too much. But hey, you get two different skills. And even though you can pick charisma, like pretty much only rogue, where it is actually good to pick, to change, to not, where it's actually good not to pick dexterity as your main ability score. It's Ruffian Rogue, where you will probably just like take strength and like breastplate or something, or hide armor instead of breastplate. Now with Thief, well, of course you're trained in thievery, but now if you're fighting with finesse weapons, you can add your dexterity modifier to damage rolls instead of your strength modifier, and this is huge. This is huge. That is actually like so good. That's so good. No, I'm actually wondering because there's one thing that I like that is called bow staff. I know that it's not a simple weapon, I think. Yeah, it's martial weapon. But yeah, at melee it's finesse. And at range it's not really finesse, but I'm wondering if you can actually use your finesse bonus to technique. Oh wait, no, it's not propulsive. Sorry, I got dumped again. But yeah, this is pretty much huge, especially if you're going with your short sword or something like this. Now, what do I actually like? Recommend you take? Well, I recommend that you take Lost Omens Duelist Dedication fit for that. At least in Path Builder it works. So I will took like one of my characters and just give him the Duelist Dedication at like level 20 or something. To just check if it works. Yeah, oh yeah. You'll actually need it in dueling swords, so essentially the best thing you, I think, can do is maybe try to like use unconventional weaponry or something like this to actually like give yourself access to it, probably. And if you're wondering why do I have as a rogue heavy armor, that's because I took the Sentinel dedication, the almighty Sentinel dedication. And I know it shouldn't be legal, but my GM allowed me to like put it like this. So yeah, technically I think that you should try to get your hands on the dueling sword. But even though it shows that you cannot really pick this, I think that I'm wondering what would happen, because what would happen if I actually like picked it, and now it would probably show, and yeah, it would actually like let me pick it, and now it's as accessible after I actually picked it. So yeah, you actually technically you cannot take it, but actually you can take it. That's a weird thing, you know. That's a pretty weird thing, but yeah, I think that as a thief rogue, you should actually try to get your hands on like a duelist dedication. On like do it with dedication, because it will be really, really great. And yeah, now this video will be a bit longer than I planned, but rogue feats. Now for rogue feats, I think that nimble dodge is like a go-to feat for first, and fumble behind also. So we can actually just, like, instead of moving, try to fumble through an enemy to actually make them flat-footed, and so you won't need to like matter about your positioning. So yeah, just nimble dodge and nimble dodge and tumble behind are like my go-to ones, and also poison weapon is pretty cool. Now you can just like interact to both draw poison and apply it into a weapon, so that's pretty good. While normally you would need to interact to draw a weapon and also use 2 actions to like apply the poison into a weapon. Here we can do this for 1 action, so that's actually pretty good. You can do you can take a lot of feats. Most of them are pretty good. And just also I don't know if there's like yeah. There are a lot of like stance feats that if you have like a stance feats are also good because they will passively like give you buffs and stuff like this. So they are actually like pretty good. And for like the highest two, and over here high, you have one. You have that one that I think, oh yeah, that's how it's called, Slide Striker. Slide Striker is also a really great feat to take, because you will not always be able to like position yourself well enough. So Slide Striker will actually like help you a lot with that. So once again, I'm gonna make sure this is recording well. So now for items, if you're playing a Ruffian Rogue, of course, try to take a breastplate maybe, or a height armor if you need to take your items within a frame of money, then take height armor instead of that. And if you're actually trying to play like one of the more common rogues that are based on dexterity, take like light armor. And short sword is probably the best option for rogue that you have. And remember that also, especially if you're playing a thief rogue, a very good option would be to actually try to take would be to actually, try to take, to get access to dueling swords. Dueling swords will be really good for that. Yeah. This one. It not only deals like 1d8 damage, and it's like 100. And it also has like versatile, so it's essentially, just... It's like a short sword, pretty much. But it can deal like 1d8 damage. And this will especially be great if you, after the duel dedication, you, for example, try to take, how is it called? The other dedication. The I think that's dual, either dual weapon warrior dedication or double weapon warrior dedication. Yeah, dual weapon warrior. To the just to take it. Not really for anything special. I mean, twin parry may be useful. But you may try to, like, use double slice. Use double slice to essentially get off a lot of sneak attacks. But I think that the duelist dedication. Yeah, that Allure duelist dedication. I think it gives you, like, the whole thing with duelist edge. Oh no, it actually doesn't give you. Actually, it doesn't give you a lot. Okay. Yeah, we learn something new every day. Actually, for doing dedication, yeah, you actually need to pick that in order to get the dueling dance. So yeah, actually, if you're trying to get straight up or to, you can actually try to get, like, with that Allure guy, you can try to actually get, like, the dual weapon warrior dedication. And it will work pretty well. Yeah, that's actually a bit of a shocker, but yeah, it's that's at least, like, my own take on that. And as you can see, I'm not all-knowing by any means, but I do have a fair bit of knowledge that I want to share with you before you try to play your rogue. And I want just to provide it to you, so you can actually, like, have as much fun as possible while playing your rogue. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just remember, once again, try to walk your own path with freaks of nature.